Welcome to the very first tutorial on HTML. In this very first tutorial, we'll be going through on how to build your very first web page. Like I explained in the previous video, that in order to write your HTML code, you need some tools, and in this tutorial, I'll be using the text edit. Alright, so let's start building our web page. To start building our web page with HTML, the very first thing you want to do is to let the browser know the type of language to render, and in this case it's HTML. So you start by saying the doc type, HTML, and close it, and do not forget that there's an exclamation mark here. Then after this, you want to go straight to the HTML, right? HTML with the opening and the closing tag. Open and closing tag. This is the opening tag, and this is the closing tag. Remember, there's always a forward slash. Then you want to take it all the way down. Then in between these HTML tags, you have the head tag, right? The head tag, which has an opening and also a closing tag. So this is the closing. So this head tag, it basically takes information about the web page, like the title, the language, and of course the meta tags. We'll discuss about that in the upcoming series. So right now we want to put on the title because our web page needs a title. So title element, right? The title element with the closing. So right now, the title of our very first web page will be my first web page. So after this, the next thing to do is to go to the body, right? So the body, this is where every content that will be displayed on our web page is. This is where they show. All right, this is where it is, like you create all the content. So this body tag has an opening and a closing tag. So knowing that this is our opening and the closing tag of the body, so the very first thing we want to write is the title of our web page, right? So now the title takes in the h1 element, which has the opening and the closing tag. So what will be the title? What will be displayed as a title in our web page? And note that these h1 these headers, they are from h1 to h6, and it defines the degree of importance, right? So for the very first thing that we want to display in our web page, the title, let's say fruits. Then after this, then we have to have our paragraph tag, which is the p tag with the opening and the closing tag, right? So after this, we say okay, fruits are very good for the body. So now we have another paragraph tag. So after this, we have to have another header tag. This time around is h2. Remember I said that there are the headers tag are from h1 to h6, right? Which describes or defines the degree of importance, right? They all have a opening and also a closing tag. So this is h2, and let's put something in it, a text. Let's say importance importance of fruits. So after this, we want to have another paragraph tag, which is the P tag, which is also opening, and now we have to add the closing tag. So here we can say that importance of fruits. Fruits helps in the digestive process. All right, we are done with our very first web page. So you want to save it, go to save as. I will save it at the desktop. Save as my first web page. Then now I want to give it an extension. Remember, extension of HTML. So save. Yes, user.html. Then now you want to go and click on it. You see, this is our web page, and if you see, this is what we use the title bar. When you hover over it, you see my very first web page. You see fruits. Remember, this is being done with the h1 element, and this is the paragraph tag. This is the paragraph tag, right? Then this is the h2 element. Then this is the fruits. So we are done with the very first video on how to create our website. I will show you more elements that we use to do or perform different operations within the body. See you in the next tutorial.